Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. The podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons17. Tonight I am joined by a very handsome ref and my very handsome tag team partner. I'll give the hot tag to him. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. And of course, if you love us together, check us out on Country Air Official on Facebook and Instagram, or Country Air Brand to find Country Air on the social medias. And I'll pass it off to the senior official.
Hey, what's up, guys? Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, # for the ref brand, and Waffles. Take It Home podcast.
Waffles, waffles, waffles. Now, I know we all did a bit of traveling this week. I'm expecting some interesting breakfasts. Me, myself, had some pancakes over the weekend. Girl made some. They did not last very long. Devoured those. It was very good.
Oh, that's good. I went in and hit up a Chicago diner pretty close to Logan Square Auditorium on Friday. Had myself a 4-stack of French toast. Really good. And some bacon and eggs. French toast, phenomenal. Although powdered sugar, get it out of here. Get that out of here. Like I didn't think it was a thing, but I guess going forward, specify no extra.
No extra sugar.
Get that out. I don't need that on a breakfast. Just give me some toast and the syrup. Thank you very much. But yeah,
enough sugar. That's enough sugar for Perch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not about scraping it off, but I'm not about it either. But damn good French toast. Loved it.
Nice. Zach, what about you and your trip?
Yeah, so at the Dells, Val got some interesting ice cream that I tried with her. So we stopped at Baskin Robbins, and Val got Belgium waffle flavored ice cream.
Ooh.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I thought it was. I took a bite. It wasn't bad. Breakfast we had Paul Bunyan's this morning. Have any of you guys been there?
I have not.
So it's kind of like
that's the holy grail of breakfast in my mind. I've been there many a time throughout my entire life. So yeah, I hold Paul Bunyan's breakfast is like the perfect 10 out of breakfast. What I picture in my mind as being like anything's just gonna stack up to Paul Bunyan. So yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah. So for Doc, since you're not familiar, it's kind of like a buffet style, but instead of going up and serving yourself, they bring all the food to you, and then they put it on the table, and it's family style. You serve yourself. Once once the plate's empty, you put it up on the top, and they'll refill it if you want. So they got scrambled eggs, sausage link, bacon, biscuit and gravy. They got their own signature style donuts.
Those donuts.
Pancakes.
Don't even want the donuts, but you can't help but eat the donuts.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good. It's the greatest of all time. Paul
No
Bunyan.
waffles, but a bunch of pancakes.
Okay. Might have to try that out.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I've been told that if you're gonna do that, get there before 9 o'clock. Probably more toward if you get there more 7:38, you'll be fine. We got there at 8 and we got in there pretty quick, but as we were leaving, they were starting to get a line filled up.
Okay. Well, Google doesn't want to help me out right now, but that'll be happening in the near future, I imagine.
Paul Bunyan trip.
Yep.
Worth it.
Is it? All right. I'll trust you fellas. I think at close to 100 episodes, I can trust you on breakfast foods at least.
Yeah, party on the pads outside.
There has been a lot of good wrestling on lately. So before we get to that, why don't we get a banger of the week from Perch?
Oh yeah, this week's banger of the week. Damn good CD, and this one was one that stayed with. The whole CD survives, but this song definitely survives. Many a parties, many a great times, great memories. Soundtrack to My Life, Kid Cudi.
Mm.
That one was bumped in the earliest cars that I had to the well, just as recently as last weekend in the mod. Yeah, Soundtrack to My Life. That was a good one that I used to listen to with friends and back in the day, having a good time. Fun CD. Kid Cudi had it going for a while and still at it, still rocking
Yeah,
it.
I'm still at it. Those kids showed some goddamn disrespect. Like, Soundtrack to My Life is a classic. Man on the Moon 1, I think it's probably a classic album. I do enjoy Man on the Moon 2. I know it doesn't get as much love, but yeah, you can't go wrong with Soundtrack to My Life. Um, yeah, that was just a good time for music. I remember bumping that and the Wale album all the time. Those came out, I think, like in the same week.
Yeah, just a great era. It was a good vibe. Good vibe.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right. Let's get this into an actual wrestling podcast. And talk about what we watched this week. Why don't we start with you, Perch?
Man, this week I was all amped up for the matchup, Mance Warner against John Moxley, and it did not disappoint. um, Moxley came out first, big, awesome introduction. They hit a promo video, which I think, it's one of those that it gives you the feels, makes, oh my God, this is good intensity, and Man's there to fight. Uh, but just the style of it, it just kind of all clicked all together. John Carlo was the producer and the video man with GCW for a while. Now he's rocking stuff for AEW. So to see him rock a promo video with Mance Warner in AEW, it's like it all comes, full circle, and it's just a natural fit. So it was cool to see it happen because he knows how to work with him. Good chemistry behind the guy putting the video package together and the wrestler it was of. So very cool, very good emotions going into it. And an awesome fight. They delivered. It's one of those where, if you're watching wrestling through the mid 2000s, late 2000s, 2010s, into the PG era, you'd long for a match like this. It's what would bring you to different companies and seeing companies like a ROH or, if Impact's delivering. But, uh, Manson and Moxley put on a fight that's worthy of any era, and they put it on right here. And it was an ugly finish, which is exactly how I would picture it being. Nothing pretty to
Yeah,
a match like that.
not
You
those
don't want
two.
no, not those two. And even if you think, how's it gonna wrap up or how are they gonna end it, it still hits you with oh yeah, it's over. It was great, beautiful, awesome match. Another one that I loved was watching Jericho against Yuta from Wednesday. Um, the story they were telling, Jericho working for that walls of Jericho and Yuta working his way out and working his way to the ropes, but eventually he got caught in the Lion Tamer. It was the best finish I've seen Jericho apply since the childhood days.
Yeah, it was a good looking lion tamer.
Oh, it was good. He was giving
The
everything he
old
had. The,
school high knee in the back.
and paying respects. That's him making good on Moxley the week before, saying how he wants to see the old lion tamer. So, Jericho to break it out this time and to make the slight adjustment and to pay that extra attention to detail, to get ready for next week when it's, or I guess, in a couple days here. Uh, it just brings it all together. Good storytelling. I love it. The subtle differences from a promo from one week to a in-ring finish being applied a little differently. They based a whole match around it, and it was great. Very fun pro wrestling to watch. Uh, the other one that's been getting me is A&E biographies. Uh, Sunday nights, like whether it's catching the reruns from a previous or parts of a new one. Caught some of the rivalries, the WCW against WWF. It's kind of the Monday Night Wars, all broken into I stayed up for about an hour of it. But yeah, I love it. It's good to see A&E playing biographies and Vice TV playing wrestling shows as well. And the one that you mentioned earlier, Dre, um, new territory show from Vice TV. I'm looking forward to watching that one as well.
Yeah, there's a abundance of wrestling. Myself, I also watched a couple of the things you watched. I watched AEW last week. Really enjoyed that tag match with the girls. They really brought it. K Dot popped on the finish, that Jamie Hayter short arm clothesline. She was like, it's just when you go to the ground, it looks so much more devastating. So made a fan of her. We're watching a lot of I guess like highlight like top 10 stuff on WWE on YouTube, most notably recently the top 10 Styles clashes. Great compilation. AJ Styles is great. And then obviously Ricochet has two of his in like the top four. When I was surprised that the stun gun one was not number one. I think that one was actually number four. But I had totally forgotten when AJ called him out to 630. Just unbelievable strength by AJ, unbelievable control by Ricochet. Yes. And you know,
Some might say phenomenal.
Oh yeah, you might say phenomenal strength from AJ. I too have also been watching some of the A&E. I just started the biography series. I've been going through the Stone Cold one, except it's like a movie length. It's like an hour and a half, so it's hard to sit down and find time to watch it all in one sitting. I should probably do it after this. But yeah. And another compilation I was watching recently is Generation Me, the Young Bucks in Impact. I, for the most part, completely missed that run. So it's been a fun little watch. They're all just babies, like no idea where they would go, in a decade. So just wild to see.
I hated Generation Me. Like when I was younger, like Matt Buck, Jeremy Buck.
Jeremy Buck.
I hated them. I remember like as a little kid, like I was like Motor City Machine Gun. Like they were like always putting on banger matches, but I didn't appreciate it at the time because as a kid, I was just like, screw these guys. They look stupid.
Yeah. It would take
like
time for them to mature. But yeah, they definitely just look young.
Oh yeah.
Wow, to see. Zach, what have you been watching?
I mean, Perch touched on a little bit. Everyone, I think a lot of people were excited when they saw Mance Warner announced for Rampage. I like so anyone follow Tom Customs on Instagram?
Yes.
So I follow him and he shared the Mance Warner John Moxley thing. And I was like, yeah, bullshit. Like he shares all these cool matches that never happened. Out of nowhere, he shares, I'm like, yeah, okay, or whatever. Nice swerve. And I'm scrolling down, then AEW shows Mance's promo. I'm like, oh shit. And then they had this special edition of Elevation. And I know, like, definitely just to hype Mance up to get him, like, to show everyone who he is. So I watched Mance's match on Elevation. It was super good. I mean, Mance is like one of those guys, like, you see a person, like, everything, he's simple, but, like, he's super entertaining and he's hard hitting, like, he called it out like he's not here to wrestle. Not I liked his promo. Not here to wrestle. Not here to grapple. He was here to fight. So yeah, definitely was getting hyped for that. Unfortunately, still haven't watched the Moxley match yet because fucking Friday night to Saturday night to Sunday night to Monday has been just on the stop, nonstop go.
Yeah,
but I am watching. I did watch SmackDown, the opening match of like Baron Corbin and Ricochet. I enjoyed all that. I mean, those two are just really good workers. So like anytime they have a match, it's really random, but you can definitely tell like Triple H is like you can feel Triple H's presence in WWE right now.
Yep, definitely.
I
That
saw a
match
tweet
was
today.
fun.
I saw a tweet today that Angel Garza said Angel Garza is back. Like he got his full name again.
Hell yeah.
And of course, like didn't watch it yet, but I mean like we'll probably touch base on it a little bit if I know Doc, so I won't spoil some of it. But the finish of SmackDown is obviously like probably the big one that everyone's going to talk about, but that might be for a later segment.
No. I mean, yeah, it is kind of, but yeah, we'll talk about it later.
I'll go first in that segment too,
Okay, sounds good.
just so I can take your pick.
We'll see. We'll see. Awesome. Well, why don't we move on to what we did this week? And since you're just getting back and it's fresh in your mind, why don't you go first, Zach?
Yeah, so this weekend Doc and I had 2 tag matches. We started off out in West Allis, Milwaukee area for Fourth Wall Wrestling. We main evented Fourth Wall against the Maidens of Iron, first time ever. Doc's wrestled Jen a few times. I've wrestled not Jen, Stacy. We both wrestled them a few times. I think I've wrestled Maidens of Iron one time, tagging with Max Holiday, which I mean that was back when Young Outlaw was still just outlawing.
Yep.
But
So just a prospect.
just a prospect back then. But no, we had a shot at the Golden Jackets. We lost them. Haven't got a rematch. We finally got a match back at it. I thought things were going good. I mean, yeah, Mel was a little bit on the top around the end of the match, but
We were
I
still in
thought
it, still in it to win it.
Yeah, it never count us out. Like we can always look like we're out, but until we're out, we're not out. Doc, what was your thoughts on the match?
It's really fun. It's what you would expect from our two teams. It was good, hard hitting. We got the speed and started breaking down the arm of Jen. Yeah. Mel came in hot, and sadly,
Shooter Scott put out the headaches.
that darn stretching crew had to stick their nose in.
I mean, Drake Daniels knew better, and he stayed away from the venue as far as he could. But Shooter Scott wanted to get involved, so he met a boot from Mel, a senton from Stacy, an elbow from me, and top rope double stomp from Doc. Setting up, next October 7th at Fourth Wall was supposed to be Milwaukee stretching crew game. The whoever won tonight last Friday, but since they got involved, we're getting a rematch for the Golden Jacket, so it'll be Maidens of Iron versus Country Air 2.
Fuck yeah. And this
But
Zach will definitely be needing a jacket around that time of year.
yeah, it's gonna be cold.
Yes, it will be. Winter is coming. That is one thing for sure about the Midwest. Winter is coming.
I mean, Doc likes his cape.
Yeah, I do enjoy my cape.
But so yeah, we had that, and then unfortunately our luck didn't really
Get much better.
Saturday night, we at Zawa, we defended our tag championships against the Dojo, the team of Jiggy Jack Spade and Hunk Cassidy. And I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. Jiggy Jack Spade and Hunk Cassidy, they wrestled they wrestled earlier that day. They beat Freaks and Geeks. They beat us. I don't remember much at the end of the match. I remember O'Connor roll, got hit in the face, took a belly to belly, and I mean, I kicked out of the belly. I remember that, but other than that, I thought it was pretty good. But they must have got the win on us. Country Air. Unfortunately, we lost our tag belts at Zawa. Second reign was a little bit shorter than the first. Never good, but on the bright side, we did get offered a spot in the dojo.
That is not a bright spot. We are not joining the dojo. Yes, they did cheat. We will be back. We will get our revenge. Jiggy Jack Spade can't run very far because he can't really run. So we will be getting our belts back.
But Jiggy Jack Spade is a sensei of the dojo, and they are the current tag champs. And Doc, don't you aren't you a master of like the 36 chambers or whatever?
Yeah, so I definitely don't need to be learning anything from the dojo.
We
I'm
could upgrade
fine.
it and put 37.
Okay. I very doubt that Mr. Hunk Cassidy and Mr. Spade have reached such realms.
I don't know. I don't want to close any doors, especially with Zawa becoming heavily influenced by factions. Those damn coyotes, the bank, like those guys have numerous of guys. Like Dojo could be a move.
Or we just mind our business and just be the best tag team there is. But that's just me.
I mean, we're definitely the best tag team, I guess. But speaking of not tag teaming, I went to the Dells Sunday. I know Doc had a hell of a Sunday.
Yeah, but I mean, we can finish up with yours. You're in the Dells.
Oh, yeah,
Tell us
went to
about
the
it.
Dells, had a good time. Checked, we did a lot, like Noah's Ark all day today, Knucklehead yesterday, a lot of good food, a lot of walking. I mean, definitely very tiresome. Got home like literally 5 minutes before the podcast started, and yeah, so I mean, very long day.
Yeah. Well, glad you made it back safe. Like Zach said, Sunday I had my little solo run. We were at the Elks Lodge, just putting on a show for the members, giving thanks. You know, that's our home base. They've been A1 since day one, so just put on a couple small shows to celebrate them and give them thanks for dealing with our crazy antics, like me being wanted to be thrown through the ceiling. Highly appreciate that. Not too many places are gonna let you do that. um, First show, there were four shows. First show was me versus Hua Meng, and it was mostly just an all student show, so it was very fun. Being there with all the Thumpers kids. A lot of first time matchups for me with just about everybody. No, all first time singles matches, so very fun. Yep, started off me and Hua. Young guy at a Thumper's Den who fancies himself a striker, trying to step up to the Gahoot. We kicked each other very hard, hard hitting fight. But that liquid sword will always find its mark. So ended up with the 1, 2, 3.
The one, the two, and the three.
Yep. Second match was me and Memo. It was good back and forth, but those kids in the front row just they poke your buttons. Kids kind of suck. They were poking my buttons. I got a little tired and I kicked Memo in the nuts. Was just done with it. Had a Mr. Andrew Douglas come out and help me beat down Memo and show these kids that they need to respect their veterans. And a goddamn Yeti showed up.
Yeti and
A goddamn Yeti showed up. Never in my life. Devolved into a tag match. That loser Douglas ended up taking a head crush and passing out. So what's up?
It's probably a telling to say quit trying to tag with other people.
Yeah. But you know what? His suckiness, his stench of loserness, must have stayed on me because I tried to get my revenge. You see a damn Yeti interfering with your match. You're damn right, I'm gonna fight it. Can't be having no mythical creatures in my wrestling ring. Oh yeah, third show was me versus Yeti. Um, I don't know what he's got under that fur. I don't know what's in that beard. It's very distracting. Also, he too got all the children riled up and they were making fun of me, and it was a lot going on. And all of a sudden, while I'm arguing with these kids, he decides he wants to crush my head. And I couldn't even do it face to face. He had to sneak up behind and do it. What a cheat. What a animal. This is not the type of wrestling that I support.
Hold on. Did you have jerky with you?
I did not have jerky with me, so I
So
don't know
this is
what he would
probably a
do.
reason you would have lost. If you have had beef jerky, you could have thrown it at him, and you probably could have won.
I will have to remember that for next time.
I'm just assuming that after all my commercial watching of Jack Link's jerky,
that obviously that's true.
it has to be. If there's a Yeti coming out to the ring, I'm assuming that all Yetis are real.
Well, TV has never lied.
Never. Neither has Google.
um, then for the last show, a long-awaited singles match. It was me versus CJ. Went balls to the wall from the bell. Going back and forth, just throwing nothing but our biggest moves at each other. He hit me with a double stomp. I hit him with a frog splash. I hit him with a buzzsaw kick. He hit me with an F5. I hit him with a pile driver. He hits me with a Styles Clash. But in the end, veteran mindset. He goes for the sunset. I just sit down, 1, 2, 3, walk away the winner.
Take that, CJ.
Maybe if you learned to slap on a hold, you would have came up on top. Trying to go too big with me. But yeah, it was a fun weekend. It was good to get at it. It definitely had been a while since I did that many matches in one day, so I am also super tired. We talked about it earlier. I'm a little banged up. I got something in my thigh that's just killing me. I don't know what it is. But besides that, it feels good to be back and going all out with these guys. So happy to do it. Perch, tell us about your weekend, brother.
Oh yeah, it was it was a great time. Friday night in Chicago for freelance wrestling on IWTV. I kicked things off with the opening scramble match. That was with Angel Escalara, Bucky Collins, Ethan Price, Coda, Devon, and Craig Mitchell made his return. It was great, very cool, big ovation. He really hurt his leg bad against Bounty Hunter Keith several months ago. So when Craig Mitchell came in, the crowd went nuts. He ended up hitting a devastating pile driver on Bucky and getting the win. It was a fun match. The next match I had was Darren Corbin against Kylie Ray. Always fun to get to experience a Kylie match in Chicago. She's got a lot of emotion and a lot of energy, a lot of good crowd energy that comes along with it. So it's an incredible bit of lightning to ride, whether you're a fan or a wrestler watching, or a wrestler in the ring wrestling, or a referee calling it right down the middle. It's always a fun environment. And Darren Corbin is such a well experienced, well traveled, just knowledgeable, great guy that I look up to in the locker room. I really, really enjoy sharing times with him. And he's got a lot of experience, so he can usually tap into it and come up with something outside of the box, or fun, or always entertaining. So very fun to have a match with those two. One thing led to another. I got knocked out, but when I woke up, Kylie Ray was holding a chair, and all I can imagine, it's pro wrestling. She had to have just blasted
Why
Darren
not?
Corbin right in the face,
I
right
would
in the
have.
face with that chair,
Like,
repeatedly,
of course.
repeatedly.
Like, it's Kylie Ray, monster, vicious, known savage.
Yeah, so it's what I saw, and it's not always what you see, but what you hear. And I heard something, and she was holding the smoking gun. She was holding the chair. Um, so yeah, I DQ'd her and threw it out, and called the winner, Darren Corbin. But then the next match was a fun one. It was Bounty Hunter Keith putting up his silver belt against Cody Lane. And Cody had Trevor Outlaw in his corner, and Boney Keith had Matt Nix in his corner. So the outside help was both, I guess, tit for tat. They canceled each other out by the end of it, and yeah, they put on one hell of a match. Boney Hunter Keith retains the silver title.
Bill Tippin.
Great match. Great match. He's a hell of a champion and a good fighting champion. And then the main event that night was Ego Anthony against Storm Grayson with Mick Foley as special referee. I just had to throw that in there as note that Mick Foley was our veteran referee on the night. It was pretty damn cool. And then and he had the classic shirt, like the alternate attire and No Mercy. Where you'd hit the left C or right C button and you'd see the stripes on the painted on. He sure enough had that shirt. It was great. But then by the end of it, he turned on Storm and hit him with the sock and turned heel. The whole crowd was left in shock and awe. People who had their cameras up waiting for it. Oh, there's Sacco. All their cameras hit the floor. Like they dropped as everyone was there in shock. Whoa. Yeah, Mick Foley turned heel that night. Never seen it, never heard of it. But it happened. Great time. Great show all around. And fun weekend. That was a blast.
Awesome. Yeah, I did see some clips from that. It is, I cannot remember a time when the crowd turned on Mick at all.
It was stunned silence, and he called the crowd out as they grabbed the mic, and I forgot what he said after, but it was like the perfectly fitting, like explaining why it's all silent the way it was, and it's him doing it. Like they were just going nuts for him before, but he had done it the right way. It was great.
It's good to see. I enjoyed it. I love Storm, but Evil Mick Foley is very interesting.
I agree.
You know what? A lot of interesting things going on in wrestling right now, and Zach alluded to it earlier. Why don't we move to our topic for this week? You definitely see Triple H's stank on wrestling right now. He is making his moves. John Laurinaitis was released earlier today. It certainly feels like to be a consolidation of creative power. So we've seen a lot of changes over these past 2 weeks. We've seen a lot of re-signings. The big one last Friday was the return of our man Killer Cross, Karrion Cross. But I think one of the things that isn't going to change is that Roman Reigns will still be acknowledged as our tribal chief. So I do think it'll be interesting to see that his reign continues. But I think now with all these guys coming back and guys getting pushed stronger like Ciampa, who do you think is going to take it off Roman? And we'll start with Zach.
I think after watching Friday, a lot of people's choice would be Killer Cross, and I agree, but don't want it to be Killer Cross right now. I definitely think Killer Cross deserves a lot, but I feel like if you're going to have someone take the heavyweight title off, like I don't want, like, I heard the rumors that they're supposed to split the belts and all that. I think like someone needs to take one of them off Roman. They don't need to split it. But my opinion will be the same. I think if Cody Rhodes is supposed to be back by Mania, it's got to be Cody Roman. I think he came back super good, like super white meat babyface, super over. Honestly, I think him getting injured is kind of a blessing in disguise, just because Mania was a year. He came back at Mania, so to build it up for a year would kind of drag on. But I think Cody coming back at Mania and being the guy to finally dethrone Roman with the story, doing it for his dad and all that, I think that'd be the right story.
Okay. I don't think that's a wrong pick. Yeah, Cody is very hot. I think he'll be even hotter when he comes back. I think that'd be a great pick. Perch.
Well, I've got one answer that comes to mind for this instance. It was a shame back in the day when Roman beat Triple H for the title at WrestleMania. It was like, damn, I knew it was going to happen, and Triple H played such a good villain in that role. I think that may have been 32 in Dallas. Great, great match. But yeah, Roman beat Triple H and he closed that book officially. So I accept that it won't be Triple H coming back to take that title, and
Oh, I'm
that'll be
actually
all
kind
right.
of disappointed that you're not saying Triple H.
No, so
I started
that's why
thinking.
it came to mind right away, and I had to disclaimer it with that. I've come to peace and I've come to terms with the fact that right when I heard Triple H was in bad health and he came back and he said he won't wrestle again, I immediately thought that he won't be able to avenge and beat Roman because oh yeah, I was holding out hope for sure, and that was real,
Hold on to that
legitimate
50-50
hope
booking.
I was holding on to hope legitimately up until he claimed that he wasn't. So for all of our luck and for all of our best uh, wishes going forward, it's best that Triple H isn't the man who comes back and takes that title from Roman, and I'm all right with that. um, but the man who will come and take that championship and win it for his 17th time is going to be none other than John Cena. He's going to take that championship and win it. So whatever stipulations, um, call it a Royal Rumble comeback, call it a Money in the Bank comeback, call it a Lord knows what situation. It may even be a couple of years from now. I don't know, but John Cena with his 17th victory um, against Roman Reigns.
And I do think now with Triple H gone in the way that he is pushing some guys, I think Roman is very good in ring. And if you put him with some of these other guys who are also really good in ring, I think he can hold it on for a couple of years. I think he can have a San Martino s run.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool. But any direction you can go, you got something built up right now, and Roman's the man for it. So it's kind of giving the fans what they want for the moment. The world's gonna change around it, but for right now,
right
the
now it's
boat's
hot.
moving fine.
Yeah. Right now it's still hot. I had some of my friends who used to watch wrestling when they were younger, don't really watch it now. They caught some Roman and Uso stuff and they liked it. They were in. They were like, this is what I like.
hmm
It was working. Um as for myself, I know the easy and expected answer is Killer Cross, because I love me a Killer Cross. But because of what happened Friday, I'm actually very excited because my original choice um was Drew McIntyre. I think Drew will take it off. I was worried that he with his match coming up with the UK show, I think Roman's gonna win there. But if you can have Cross be the reason that Drew loses, that opens up a window for a rematch. I think Drew deserves a run with the fans. And I think there would be no better way than him taking it off of Roman. And Drew's over. Drew's over too. They give him a nice strong run, get rid of the sword, just let him be a badass giving that Claymore and kipping up. That's all you need.
Hear me out though. I got a second choice. What if Sami Zayn is working this whole time as an honorary Uso to get close to the heavyweight title?
That would be a good one because that would officially turn Roman like back to face, where people already love him now. I'd be down with it.
I'm watching SmackDown, just watching Sammy right now. So I was like, wait a minute, what if he became it like honorary Uce just so he can get the belt?
Yep, there's Sammy. We see, tonight, we got old school aggressive KO. So there's the world, or the wrestling world right now is an oyster, just a gym inside. Um, we're starting to wind down. I'm seeing almost destroy everybody right now. Why don't we talk about what we got coming up this weekend? I feel like we're all doing the same thing. Let's start with me and you, Zach. What are we doing this weekend?
So this weekend, uh, thankfully, with I would say I'll say Perch and then Mike Hartenbauer. We're going to be actually in 2 days, Wednesday, going out to Cicero Stadium. Impact's in town. We're gonna be helping out with the setup there. Whatever needs to be done, we're gonna be there bright and early. Putting in the work, helping out, just trying to make sure that the weekend show runs as smoothly as possible. And like we were offered positions to come and help out, and of course we never denied that. So thank you, Perch, Hartenbauer, if you ever listen to this, thank you. Because yeah, Doc and I yeah, we're taking advantage of that opportunity. I know a few guys from Milwaukee are driving down. So Wednesday we'll be doing the setup, and then they need guys to help out on the weekend for the Cicero show. Just anything in the back. I don't know what the details are, but we're gonna be there just to help out, security, whatever it is. We're gonna be there to kind of help out. If they need to call some out of town shooters to win the Impact Tag titles, we'll be there.
Yep, we're always ready. Looking forward to it. They've got some great matchups lined up. Really looking forward to that Mance and Fitchett
Oh yeah.
title bout. And Perch, if you want to talk about what you're doing this week.
Yeah, guys. You mentioned it with Impact coming to Cicero Stadium in Chicago. I've had some great times, great shows at that stadium before. Some good lucha libre action, and some warrior wrestling. It's a very fun arena, kind of at the west suburbs of Chicago. Um, Very cool place. Should make for a fun time. 2 days of action. And yeah, I'll be there right with you guys, helping out and helping with odds, ends, and Lord knows what. We'll always have our gear packed. You never know if you're going to get the call to have an opportunity to go in. So, in lieu of having Ring of Honor tour around the country like it was, um, we have to hop on the trains whenever we can and wherever we can. So a spot like Impact Wrestling coming to um, Illinois, Chicago area, yeah, we're all lucky to have the opportunity to hop on. So it's going to be a fun weekend for all of us, and really looking forward to it and seeing what comes out of it. Definitely going to be some notes and a lot of knowledge.
Hell yeah, yep, looking forward to it. He's spying, stealing all weekend. Can't wait. And with
Yeah.
that, fellas, what's up?
I said, yeah, definitely gonna be stealing. I know the Rask. I know at least one member of the Rask are gonna be there, and they're definitely a tag team that Doc and I are influenced by. And I like to say influenced Trey a little bit. But yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But no, like yeah, definitely a lot of great matches. Definitely, I think I'm really looking forward to seeing Bullet Club versus Honor No More. That one's gonna be like probably top of my list for
Yep.
matches to see. Like, I just think with like the guys who are in it, it's gonna be a bunch of craziness. It's gonna be phenomenal. So yeah, super pumped to be a part of that this weekend. I do have to put over. We're doing the impact stuff, like helping out, being there wherever we are. But it'd be a shame not to mention that our home promotion, Brew City Wrestling, they do have a big show this Saturday. They at the Elks Lodge, as it always is. They have none other than the man himself, one of the greatest, probably one of the greatest tag team wrestlers in history. The one man who helped make TLC. He worked for ECW, WWE, Impact, TNA. And he's worked currently NWA, Ring of Honor. I mean, the guy's done it all. He's had his hand in everything. Hosted the Busted Open. Bully Ray will be at Brew City Wrestling. So, like, Cicero Impact is huge. And for those who can't make it down to Cicero, there's also Bully Ray out at the Elks Lodge, and that's going to be a big show.
Hell yeah. And any wrestlers, he will be holding a seminar, I believe, Friday night.
There's definitely one before this opportunity came where we were able to help out Friday and Saturday with Impact. I know myself and Doc Simmons, we're going to be helping. We're going to go to the seminar. I don't want to get into much detail, but for those who listen and like want those type of advice, I'm wondering if they should do seminars or not. If you're a wrestler, I highly suggest doing the seminar. It's 3.5 hours. This guy's Bully Ray has some of the best psychology in professional wrestling. And some guys, they talk about like, oh, you do seminars and they just tell you stuff and blah 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 blah. And I know like there's old school guys who kind of complain about it, but I can personally say, without doing a seminar, Doc and I, we have some stuff in the works, and it's all because we decided to do a seminar, and like now it's paying off like tremendously of what like things in the future to come because of that seminar. So like you never know. When you do your seminar, be honest, know what you're capable of, but also like don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and do some new stuff and like ask for advice. You never know where that's going to lead down in the future and like help you out like when you least expect it.
Yep. Yeah. It's the wrestling business being the second word. Invest in yourself, fellas and gals. All right. Zach, any final thoughts or questions?
Nah. I mean, super pumped to see kind of like super pumped to see what WWE is going. Weird to say that, but I mean, you're reading the reports. I don't know if you read any of the reports, but like some of the guys are talking about bringing back. Like, super pumped to see all that stuff and see what I'm like. I ain't watching Raw yet, but kind of pumped to see what happens with Ciampa versus Lashley.
It was good.
It was good. I know. I saw that Ciampa came out with the Harley Race jacket on, so that was cool.
Yep. They did a Harley Race like video package before it. It was good stuff.
It's awesome. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that one to watch tomorrow. But yeah, that's about it. Just the first time in a while, kind of looking forward to see what WWE has for us.
Yep, is a good place to be in wrestling. G1 has also been good. I haven't watched a lot of it, but from what I've seen, it's been very good. Perch.
Yeah, I don't know if this was modern. It may have very well been recent, but it was a video of Muda in a tag team match, and the opponent was down, and he looks at his partner and he signals for the rotation, and you hear that crowd perk up for a moment. Oh, and he signals yes, knowing Muda's going up for that moonsault, and the crowd just erupts. He ends up hitting it, bam. His partner goes up, hits one right after, boom. 1, 2, 3. Very powerful clip and video, and just gets me fired up. The fact that Muda is still doing it. Triple H is running WWE right now, and the Great Muda is doing his thing over in Japan. So, wrestling world is in a good way, and we're still raising money for St. Jude's over here.
Oh yes, I just got my tank top today. So get
Oh,
yours.
much love, homie. Much love.
Yeah, just got
Raise
mine
money for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital by way of the Perch incident T-shirt, pro
today.
wrestling tees.
Purchase. Yep. For me, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all the social medias. Tell promotions to book us so that we can wrestle near you because we like to touch other men. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. 1.